In this part, we are going to learn about the switch statement in Java, which is an easy and a clean way to handle multiple conditions without writing a long chain of if statements. So by the end of this part, you will understand how the switch statement works, when to use it, and how it makes your code more readable. So let's get started. As we said, a switch statement allows you to execute different parts of code based on the value of a variable or expression. It's like a menu of choices depending on which option matches. Java runs the block of code. Okay, so let us take a look at the basic example. So the basic structure of a switch statement looks like this. Okay, so here we use the switch. We use the switch keyword, and then a pair of curly brackets, okay, and then a pair of parentheses, and then a pair of curly brackets, okay. Then inside there we can have multiple cases, okay, basing on the variable, okay, that we are using, okay. So let us take a look at an example here. So let us create, so before we take a look at the pure example, let me first explain this one. So Java compares the value of the expression, this one here, it's where we put the expression, okay? It's where we put the expression, and Java compares the value of the expression to each case. So for example, here we might have the first case, and we can have the second case. After the first case, we use the break keyword to break out of the switch, and then we can have another case. If this first case is not true, we can have another case, and if the second case is not true, so we don't forget to use the break to break out of that case if the case has been true, okay. So otherwise if all the cases has not been true, we can run this default one, okay. So we can throw a new assertion error, blah 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 blah. We can run this default, okay. So the default case runs if nothing matches, okay. It is like the else statement, okay, or the else keyword, okay. And the break statement stops the switch, okay, from continuing to the next case, okay. And yeah, that is all. Let us take a look at an example here. Let us take a look at, so we can have the int day, we can have variable day, and let us set it to be 3, and then here let us use the switch. Then inside the switch, the variable that we want to work with is the day variable, okay. So we must pass it there, okay. After passing it there, we can come here in the first case, then we start guessing, okay. So the first case, what if it is 1, what if it is 2, and what if it is 3, okay. So case let us run 3, yeah, case 3. Then we can run something, and then we break, okay. We break out like that. So if the day equals to 1, let us do something. If it is equals to 1, case it is 1. In case it is 1, this is what we are going to print out. We are going to print out just 1, okay, like that, okay. Otherwise, let me copy all this line of code, and then paste it here on this line, paste it there. Then this one, case it is 2. In case it is 2, we are going to print out 2, okay. And in case it is 3, we are going to output 3, like that. Otherwise, by default, what are we going to do? We are going to do something like this. We are going to output we don't know. We don't know, like that, okay. So that's what we are going to output out. So if we try to compile Java main, not Java. So let us run Java main.java so that we can compile our code. After compiling, let us run java.main, Java then main, okay. As you can see here, we have outputted 3 because this third case here, case 3, it is true, okay. The day equals to 3, okay. Day equals to 3. It means we are going to run the code here. So what if we don't? What if we didn't have this break statement, that break keyword, and then we just compile, and after compiling, and then we run, okay. So as we run, as you can see, when we run, we get the 3 out here, and then we'll run everything that is descending. Okay, we run everything that is descending. We even go on the default, and then we'll run that code. As you can see here, we don't know. We run that code. As you can see here, the output. Okay, so what if this case? What if we had a third case, a fourth case? Okay, so copy, then we have another case. Let us paste it there. What if we have 4? Let us run this one. So 4. So if we didn't have the break keyword after this first case, and then we just save, and then we try to compile. After compiling, let us wait for some few minutes, then some few seconds, and then we'll run. Okay, so when we run, you are going to see something here. So you're going to see something. You are going to see that we get these 3 out. Okay, because this case is true, which means this code is going to run. Okay, so it's going to run. After running this code, we go on to the next case. As you can see, we go to the, instead of breaking out of the switch, we go to the next case. Okay, we run all the descending code. Okay, that is it. We run all the descending code. So even the code in case 4, we run it. As you can see, we get this output 4. As you can see, and from there we also run the default. Okay, so it is better you use the break so that we can break out of the switch. Okay, if we use the break there, and we also, if we had a break here, also like that. Okay, so if we do that and then we compile, and after compiling, let us wait. Just wait for some few seconds. My computer is slowing down. Okay, as you can see, we get the 3 out. Okay, so so that is it. That is it. You should use the break. Okay, so you can use the break when you are working with this, when you are working with the cases. Okay, so that you don't screw up your code. Okay, so you should use the break. So that is it about the switch statement. That is it about the switch statement. You can also use strings, guys. It is not because I've used numbers. You can also use the strings. For example, you can have here string hello, like that. Okay, you can also come here. So for the case here, you can come here and then you start guessing Rashi, like that. Okay, but you just change. Okay, this the previous one was integer, so now we are working with a string, so you can change everything like that, like that, like that. So right here we have something here. We have a piece of incompatible type string, so here we need to change this type to string, like that. So everything will now be fine, as you can see. So if we save and then we run, we can run, and then we see something. So if we try to compile, let's try to compile, and after there we try to run. So when we try to run, as you can see, we get that output. Okay, but before we end, let me show you the switch, the switch, how we can use the switch expression. So the switch expression, we can use it like this. Okay, let me show you here. I can use it like this. Let me show you another way of using switch. So this one looks to be okay. Let me show you. Let us go back to our integer, which is 3. Then let us copy this one. We are going to need it. Let us just cut it out. Then we delete the rest of this code. Okay, we delete this switch. Okay, so I'm going to show you something here, even this one, so that we don't generate an error. So after doing that, let me show you. So this switch is going to return a string. So here is we are going to be returning a string. Okay, it is the one that we are going to be returning. So as the output. So here we need to specify, but before we do that, let me show you here. We are going to use the switch. No. We use the switch, sp switch, like that. Switch. Then inside here we pass our variable, which is there, and then a pair of curly brackets. Okay. So after there, we can now use the case. It is 1. What are we going to do? We can use that arrow. Okay, that arrow, we can use it like that. We can use the arrow symbols, which is a combination of the slash and then the greater than symbol. Okay, then here we can say Monday. If it is 1, it means the day is Monday. After that, we can copy, we can repeat this one. Okay, so but copy, then we can paste it there, paste. We can end there. Okay, so after doing that, let us change this one to be Tuesday like that, and this one let it be wait. I think you are getting the concept. Let me just not waste time, and this is through. So, okay, so after doing that, let us change these numbers so that they correspond to the days, to the name of the day. So this is 4th. So after there, as you can see here, we get a piece of error. We get errors, okay? Not a piece, but errors, but they are of the same type. As you can see here, not a statement. Okay, so this one is not a statement, so we need to change this switch into a statement. How can we do it? Let us use the assignment operator. Let us use result, or we can say switch, like this one. Switch, but because switch is a keyword, we cannot use it. Okay, so let us use switch 1 like that, and then we set it to be equals to that one. Okay, so after, so here as you can see, this these errors have been removed. As you can see, can't find the symbol, as you can see. So this one, we need to specify the output, this output. Okay, what is the kind of output that we are outputting on the screen? We are outputting something like, we are outputting results. So this output is going to be stored in this switch. Okay, so after storing it in this switch, we need to specify the type of data that this switch is going to hold. This switch 1 is going to hold. So it is going to hold a data which is in the form of a string like that. So if we do that and then we try to save, as you can see, we have no error. So here, because this one is an expression, we have to end it with the semicolon. Okay, because it is an expression. So if we save and then we try to run, because we don't have any error, if we try to run and then we forgot to use the default, guys, we can also use the default. Okay, so as you can see here, we get one error. So the switch expression does not cover all the possible input values. Okay, so if it does not cover, so it was our mistake. We need to add the default. The default, this one is going to be the default. Then the default is going to be invalid day, like that. Invalid day, then semicolon, save. Then after saving, we try to compile. Let us try to compile. After compiling, but we forgot to we are getting nothing. Okay, we are getting nothing because we have forgotten to output something on the screen. So we have forgotten to output our result on the screen. Okay, the result variable. Okay, what is in the result? Okay, so let me use system, but there's something, Ctrl Z. Oh no, system dot out dot print ln, like that, print line. Then here we are going to output our result there. So our not result, but the results of the switch, okay, switch 1. Okay, so if we do that and then we try to compile, let's try to compile. As you can see, expected no, this it is just lagging. My VS Code is just lagging. That's why it is showing that as if we have errors, but we don't have any error. As you can see, we get wait. Okay, we get wait because this one, as you can see, because we have guessed it 3, we have 3 day equals to 3, as you can see, which exists here in our third case. Okay, so that is the output. So we get that output. Okay, so that's another way how we can use the switch statement. Okay, so play around with switch. It is better than using the if else. Okay, so play around with the switch and learn it. Okay.